All righty. Well, I am seeing our participant number growing, so it looks like everyone is getting in just fine. And we will go ahead and start with some team introductions. So my name is Ashley Williams. I'm the event specialist for Newtopia Now and really excited to chat with you all today. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Gwen.
Good morning. Welcome, everybody. I'm Gwen Easton. I'm the growth manager for the market integrity team. Really excited to have everybody here to talk all things standards, market ready consulting, and beacon discovery.
Adia, you want to go ahead with introductions?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Excited to see you all. I am Adya. I am the project manager for digital operations. So anything related to the platform, the mobile app, everything, that's me. And we are so excited for the show, as are you. So yeah, happy to be here. Michelle, over to you.
Hi, I'm Michelle Brick, and I work with our fabulous hosted buyer team with all things retail and hosted buyer, and excited to talk to you guys this morning.
Awesome. We are so looking forward to it. And just as a reminder, our show dates are August 20th to the 22nd. So I believe that puts us exactly 3 weeks away, which feels so soon. And we are so excited. So feel free during this whole session to put anything in the chat or the Q&A. We'll be getting to those at the end. But hopefully we'll be able to answer everyone's questions. So let us know where you're coming from. I'm currently at the Boulder office from New Hope Network. So again, thank you all, and we will go ahead and get started. And first things first here, we will go with our schedule. So a lot of things are happening, and the show will begin on Wednesday, August 20th. A couple things to note. This is our exhibitor move-in day, but we also have our really incredible community experiences. And these were curated to help bring another way of networking and community to our events and to the expo of Newtopia Now without being on the expo hall floor. So our 4 different community experiences that are happening Wednesday start with the Plants with Purpose. So this is at the York Street Denver Botanic Gardens. This is in partnership with APA, and we're really excited that APA will be helping provide herbalist tour guides to take you on tours around the gardens, as well as we have a self-guided tour option, and then all leading back to our private event space. So this community experience will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and we're really excited. If you haven't been to the York Street Botanic Gardens, there's incredible Chihuly glass exhibits, so definitely check that out. Our other community experience is going to be partnering with the We Don't Waste facility, and they were our donation partners last year for the show. So any leftover product, they help distribute that to the greater Denver area. And we partnered with them again this year. And so 2 of our community experiences are all about doing a pack and give back. So this is going to be filling different bags to give back to the community with non-perishable food items, along with networking. So you can definitely expect to have really fun tables and working with a bunch of different people to be able to chit chat while you're filling bags. I'd also like to note that for our community experiences this year, there is the $29 registration fee, and all of that is going back to the We Don't Waste partnership here, as that is helping with the supplies for the bag fill. So we're really, really excited to be working with We Don't Waste, and they're just an awesome group. Our last community experience is back at Ophelia's, and this is our Women in CPG luncheon. And we have an incredible keynote, Jen DeWall, so this is definitely not to be missed. This will be 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Another thing I would like to note for community experiences is that you'll need your exhibitor primary contact to be the one to register. So if you haven't quite got these added onto your badge, don't fear, you can still do this. Just make sure that if you are not the exhibitor primary contact, you are working with your exhibitor primary contact. And what you'll do is, wanting to get into that console, you'll click the highlighted button there that says register for exhibitor badges. That will then take you over into our registration site. You'll go to the roster, you'll go over to the little checkout cart there, the shopping cart, and that's where you can find these community experiences. So this slide is super helpful. I can always go back to it, or if anyone has questions, feel free, but this is our process for getting those added to your badges. The other thing I would like to say is on Wednesday, we have exhibitor move-in. That's happening all day on Wednesday, starting at 8 a.m., going to 8 p.m. So there's that, which is really exciting. I'd also like to say that some of our community experiences are on site. So if you're an exhibitor, but you're still looking for a fun way to network, definitely take into consideration that little note. And then we also have our neighborhood networking night, our opening reception happening up in the Bluebird Terrace. And this will be from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And these are just a couple photos from last year, but you will not want to miss the beautiful city views or on the other side, the Rocky Mountain views. So that's really fun. And this is also our opening reception for the show, open to every attendee for Newtopia Now. So anyone that has signed up to join us can attend this event. Thursday is when everything really kicks off. And so our expo hall floor opens up at 10 a.m. New for this year, we have a buyer only hour happening in the market, which is really exciting. So that kicks off from 9 to 10 a.m. We have different neighborhood content, our Conscious Connections Lounge and our Hosted Buyer Lounge, all happening on the expo hall floor all day long. So 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We also have our dine-arounds, which are invite only, and I can share more information about that. If you're interested, please feel free to put that in the chat. On Friday, very similar to Thursday with our buyer only hour kicking us off at 9 a.m. The entire expo hall will open at 10 o'clock and close at 5. Again, we have incredible neighborhood content happening on every stage in the expo hall, and our Conscious Connections Lounge and Hosted Buyer Lounge for retailer meetings all day long. Something really special I wanted to call out, though, was this brand and investor networking happening at Newtopia Now. So, brands are able to register for this just by bookmarking this in our event platform. So definitely go find this session. We're really excited to have Nutrition Capital Network supporting us on getting really great investors here. So this is really meant to be for if you just want to talk and figure out, how to get ready for this, or, being able to stand out in the market and what investors are looking for. So if you are a brand looking into any sort of capital, definitely check out this session. It's going to be awesome. And this is happening in the Conscious Connections Lounge on Friday from 11 a.m. to noon. Here's just a snapshot of our exhibit hall. We've got the market right when you walk in. You can see all of our different stages, and truly it's going to be a packed house. So we cannot wait. Every exhibiting company gets to have their products shown in the market. And this is really exciting for a way for retailers to find what's new. And so just a couple of notes specifically for any exhibitor. Like I said, every exhibiting company will have their product in the market. That product drop-off is happening on Wednesday all day, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. But we also will be open before that buyer only hour on Thursday if you need to drop off your product Thursday. So we will be open from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock a.m. on Thursday for you to bring your product. And just a couple of notes here, we don't have any electricity, so your product will be standing on the shelf. New this year, we're calling it the retail ready item. And so if your product is in a pack of 10 or sold in more than just one single item, you're able to bring that retail packaging, but you're not able to have any other marketing materials or anything like that. So again, this is really just this is made to help have your product stand out on the shelf. Every product will have what we're calling a price tag, and that will link to the Beacon profile page. So in case you can't pick what product you want on the shelf or can't decide which item, don't worry. You'll be able to scan in and see all of your items that are on Beacon. So really exciting, and we're looking forward to having that amazing product showcase again. A couple different exhibitor resources here. So we have some upcoming deadlines that I just wanted to make sure everyone has. Again, exhibitor move-in does start on August 19th, but our main move-in day will be on Wednesday the 20th. We have a couple different logo deadlines, and a couple of my slides coming up will go through that. So just to start here for exhibitor resources, if you log in or if you go to the Newtopia Now website, up on the top of Why Exhibit and go to then the current exhibitors in the dropdown, you will be able to find access to the exhibitor center and the exhibitor console, which is what I'm just about to show. I just want to make sure if you're looking for links to find these, it is all on our website, which is super handy. So first off, this is the exhibitor console. We showed a screenshot of this earlier because, again, this is how, when you click that register for exhibitor badges, this is how you'll add those sessions and community experiences to your team's badges. Otherwise, you can get to our event platform link. You can go to your account. You're able to also find the exhibitor services kit here and just a lot of different helpful tools and resources. So that's everything about our console. Over here, this is our Exhibitor Resources Center. And for our exhibitors, we use GES as our contractor for the show. So if you're looking to purchase a back wall for your booth, if you need any sort of shipping or move in, move out details, all of that can be found here. So you can access this webpage from the console. Like I said, this is our Exhibitor Services Kit, and it should have everything that you need. So if you have any trouble or need help finding this, definitely let us know. And with that, I will pass it over to Adia.
Thank you, Ashley. Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk about conscious connections and how you can build on those conscious connections on the event platform. So as Ashley mentioned, you can click on that link on the exhibitor console and then go to your event platform. In here, you will see under my events, you can see all your meetings that you have booked. These are basically one-on-one meetings for your exhibitions and for meeting with the right people that you're here to meet for at the show. And the way you can book those meetings is by going through the exhibitor list or the attendee list and finding those right people. You might also see a few recommendations on the top based on your interest that you have already selected. And then you can go to their profile and then book a meeting with them in the Conscious Connections Lounge. You can also see the floor plan that's on the event platform just to locate where that Conscious Connections Lounge is. And then when you're on site, you will have like an interactive map to help you look at that and then go there, and it will show you directions as well. But basically, under my event, you will see all your meetings scheduled, and that way you can like see who you're meeting with on the day. And then next slide. I'm going to talk more about how you can make the best use of it. So if you do not want to miss out on those meetings, it would be really good for you to log into the platform every like 3 days a week so that you can see those notifications popping up. And as of yesterday, attendees also have access to the event platform, so they would also be active in meeting with you, accepting those meetings, or just connecting with you or chatting with you on the platform. Just a note that when you send these meeting requests, they would be pending for 5 days if they have not been accepted already. If 5 days have passed, the requests will be cancelled, but you can always resend those meeting requests. So that's why it's a good practice to keep an eye on the event platform, keep checking your notifications, and so on. And then, like I mentioned, all meetings would be in the Conscious Connections Lounge located in the show floor. It'll be pretty easy for you to find it once you're on site. And then the meeting slots are basically 30-minute slots. And we give like 5 minutes in between for you to go to the place and then come back. So it will be mostly 20 minutes that you will be meeting with the person, but you have 30 minutes overall to go there and then come back. And also like, even if you're getting late, you still have those 20 minutes to talk through. So yeah, we are really excited. Conscious Connections is a big aspect of Newtopia Now, and we really hope you make the best use out of it. And these are some, just the best practices that we wanted to make sure you know about. And now I'll pass it on to Gwen to talk more about Beacon and everything.
Thanks, Adia. Really excited to talk to everyone about Beacon today and why this is such a fantastic tool before the show, preparing during the show, as well as after the show. Beacon Discovery really helps your brand shine in the spotlight. This is a busy marketplace, and we're always looking for opportunities and areas that you can be discovered by buyers and partners that matter to your business. The best part is that Beacon's already included in your booth cost, so you've already paid for this. And we did have a quick note for you. July 21st was technically our last day for onboarding. it gets a little bit harder as we get close to the show to work through that process. So we do have a full team working diligently to get everybody's products onboarded. So if you do have products that you still want to onboard, we will keep working with you. But yesterday technically was that cutoff to guarantee that we could make that happen. So we do want to keep working with those products, but just do need you to really get on top of it and get things moving this week. Making your beacon profile shine. As we prepare for this show, we always spend a lot of time getting our booth space ready. I need you to spend that much time getting your Beacon Discovery profile ready. This is your digital pitch and your opportunity for buyers to see your mission, your brand story, those certifications you work so hard to obtain. Give your profile a good once over. Does it say what you want to say? Is it speaking to that buyer? Our buyers want to know about you, your brand story, your brand mission, and those great characteristics. Are you women owned, veteran owned? Certifications, packaging, climate, everything, those amazing filters. So take a minute to do a once over of your Beacon profile and really make sure you're ready to shine for the show. Excuse me. My Beacon Hub is a new in the background. If you are the person that submitted the standards application, you're the primary contact. Upper right-hand corner of Beacon Discovery, you can go to My Beacon Hub and you can make some of those changes on your own on the brand and product level. Update that product information and keep your profile fresh as you have new products entering the market. If you're a business service provider attending or exhibiting at the show, Beacon now has a business service provider profile tab where our brands and attendees can find your services as well. This is also no additional cost, but you do need to submit an application to inform the Beacon profile. This is a great resource for brands that are looking for ingredients, regulatory consulting, and packaging. So as a business service provider, please make sure you've also gotten your Beacon profile set and ready to go. The Beacon team is here to help. During the show, we're going to have a presence in the market. So as you're dropping off those products, or if you're a retailer heading into the market, we'd love to help you get set up. If retailers are working in the event app in Beacon pre-show and in the event app, setting up those meetings, favoriting products so they can find them on the show floor. So if you need any help in the marketplace, find your Beacon rep there. We'll also have a Newtopia Navigator bar where you can come see us for any support with Beacon. It's a great place to find extension of that value that you receive when you attend our show and work with our events and our products. We have Beacon Marketplace, exciting opportunity for some e-commerce sales. We'll have some event tech support if you need help to get that exchange between the event app and Beacon on site to navigate and find booths. We're happy to help you get set up and support in that way. We'll have our Beacon team as well as our market ready consulting. The Beacon Marketplace, we'll have more information there. I apologize. The Newtopia Navigator bar is a great place to stop by right as you enter into the show. We will also be in badge pickup and registration as you're entering into the show on Wednesday, the day before. Raise your hand. We will be looking for you to try to help make sure you've made that connection between the event app and Beacon to make the best of your show. Think of Newtopia Navigator bar as your home base at the event. Our Beacon team members will be around badge pickup throughout the market. We're happy to answer questions, share tips, or help troubleshoot any Beacon profile issues that you have. You can switch to the next slide, please. The next slide, if you're not into the arena to attend the show, but you would like to join, you can still apply as a new exhibitor or a returning exhibitor. Any questions that you have, on the next slide that we have, we'll have all of our contact information. Our audience success team can help answer any questions that you have. If you're not quite sure where you're at in the process, or if you have any questions, please reach out. And I'll pass it back over to you, Ashley.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. I am seeing a ton of questions come through, so I will go ahead and leave both of these emails up, but I'm going to start tackling some of our questions. So first and foremost, I see Tim asked about giving away products this year. Everything in the market that is for display only. There are different sponsorships, so feel free if you check our website and you're interested in doing a product sampling, that is an opportunity that you can have, but products that are shown in the market are for display only. And that is just to make sure that we're making sure everyone is displayed on the shelf correctly. So like I said, everyone will have that QR code that will scan to the Beacon profile and that will share all of your product information. But definitely great question. That is just for display. Gwen, I actually saw a great question of submitting to onboarding. Is there anything else that is required? It says, if we submitted a request to onboard, how do we know it's being processed, or is there anything else required?
If you have a specific request onboarding, our audience success team is busy and diligently getting back to answering those emails. We are receiving a high volume of emails, as you can imagine, leading into the show. So it is a process and it does take a little time. So I also saw something in the chat about questioning the difference between Beacon and Spins. Spins is our partner with Beacon, and our products are onboarded through the Spins platform. And then that information is sent over to Beacon. So Spins is our partner, as well as that Spins velocity sales data is based on Beacon, which is really valuable for our buyers when they're looking at products. So yes, we are in process. And if you've sent in a request, our audience success team will get back to you and let you know the status of your request.
Awesome. Thank you. And Adia, I'll pass a question over to you. It looks like we have some questions on if you'll be notified when someone sends you a meeting request. Do you mind talking about that process for checking on meetings?
Of course, thank you, Ashley. Yeah, so you will be notified on the app about your meetings and your connections made. That's why it's recommended to check your app like 3 days a week so that you can see who is trying to connect with you, who's trying to set up meetings with you. So it's worthwhile checking the mobile app. You will see it under a bell icon as notifications. And once you are closer to the meeting, you will also get notified that the meeting is upcoming, and yeah, so you'll be notified and always possible on the app.
Yeah, I'm actually going to switch back to that slide just so everyone can see. So up here where the bell is, that'll be the notifications. Yeah. Something else that is really great is when you go into My Meetings, you can sync it to your Google Calendar. So that way you can also get updates. So I don't know if there's other calendars there, Adia, but yeah, that's also something super helpful.
Yeah, I think it's Google Calendar for now.
Perfect. I see a couple different questions about the community experiences and getting registered. So I am going to hop back to that slide and just talk through this one more time because there's a lot going on here. So you need to be the exhibitor primary contact to be able to access the registration for the community experiences. You'll do that through the console, and this is linked from our website. But where you'll start is once you log into the console, we're using Ancient Nutrition, thanks Ancient Nutrition, as our example here. You'll want to click this register for exhibitor badges. Once you do that, it will take you to our registration page, which is this one over here on the right. And when you click on exhibitor registration and go down to your roster, I've blocked out names of everything. That way, you know, we have to keep personal information. But what you'll want to do is go over to this highlighted shopping cart. So when you click on the shopping cart, it will then show you this page, the community experiences, and you'll be able to click which one. Due to the times overlapping, you're only able to register for one community experience. But if you have a team of 4 or more, you know, everyone, you can split up and conquer for that fun networking. So as a reminder, you'll get in through the console, you'll go to the roster, and through this shopping cart, that's how you'll be able to add on and then pay for the community experiences. A couple different questions about the meetings. So I see one note that says, I set meetings for my coworkers, so that way we're not left without someone at the booth. Can I do that again this year, or do they have to set it up on their own profile?
Yeah, you can do it either way. You can set it up in your own profiles or using the company profiles. And you can also set up meetings on your booth as well. So if at all you are not able to leave your booth, you can always set up the location as at my booth. You will see that option while you're setting up the meetings and when you interact more within the app. But yeah, for sure, either way, if you're a company or if you're an individual trying to meet, you can either use the company's profile or your own profile to meet. It won't make a difference. You just have to look at the My Event tab to look at all your scheduled meetings.
Awesome. All right, we'll keep going through here.
Ashley, can I answer a couple of the Beacon questions
right
that I see
yes.
here? A couple of things. I saw Jesse asked about seeing products on Beacon, but not having done something with Spins. So if your products have made, there's not something additional that you need to do. Spins is something internally that we work with Spins. So you don't have to do anything additional. If your products have made it to the Beacon dashboard, you are good to go. And someone asked, do buyers already have access to the Beacon app and meetings being set up? Michelle, could you maybe speak to that for us?
Absolutely. We actually already have our hosted buyers set up on Beacon. They all have accounts and will be active in there, also sending meeting requests. I did also want to say that although you can set your booth as a meeting location, our buyers, our hosted buyers, are taking meetings, but all of those meetings will have to take place in the Conscious Connections Lounge.
Awesome. Thank you.
I see Olivia too is asking on the last slide here that we've got up there, the for Olivia's we want to do the audience success team at New Hope. Send an email to them. That is how we can get your brand mission and your brand story updated. You are correct. Those are two things that are not editable in the My Beacon Hub. So if you could send that in, and additional product photos also would go to the audience success team via that email.
Awesome. I also see a note from exhibitors being able to move in between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. on Thursday. That is correct. We do have exhibitor move in early in the morning before that buyer only hour. So yes, you are more than able to do that. You can access the one-on-one meetings through the console a couple different ways. Let me open up that screen again. So when you get into this exhibitor console, this is linked from our website. So newtopianow.com, you'll go under the current exhibitor tab, and then there are two links to send that you can be sent to. So the first would be the exhibitor console. That is the page that I'm sharing right now. And the other would be our platform. So from here, from the exhibitor console, if you click this event platform, this will link you into the Newtopia Now event platform. And we have the web version and the app. We're all using the terminology right now saying the Newtopia app, but this will link you to our website, and they are the exact same. So whether you're using this on your smartphone as an app or on our web version, both are the same for getting to those meetings. So yeah, like I said, this is linked from our event site, but if you have any questions, definitely let our client services team know. Just gonna check here. I don't know if anyone has a question they want to answer, feel free to jump in, but I'm just making sure we're getting everything for the diner rounds and all the questions answered. If anyone put in the chat they're interested in diner rounds, I will share your information to our team that is running that. So by the way, just so everyone knows.
A question about standards approval. It is correct. Standards does need to approve any application before a Beacon profile can be created. That's the case for the products in the market as well. Like any product that you've already gotten approved that's on Beacon, that's been through standards, will be on Beacon, but cannot get your Beacon profile set up until standards does that approval.
Adia, I think I have a question for you here. So it says, I'm the primary contact for Insmedica, but I won't be at the show. I'm getting meeting requests. Can my profile be hidden?
Yes, thank you for asking that. So you can control your team members' visibility in your exhibitor profile under team members. I'm not sure if I can like share my screen right now, but once you go to your exhibitor profile where you're editing all of your details, you would see a tab called team members, and there you can control who from your team member is visible and who is not. And then I also see a couple of questions around where do we find one-on-one meetings. You can find your confirmed or your scheduled meetings under my event. However, if you want to schedule those, you will have to go to the person's profile, and you will see various time slots where you can book the meeting. So both of you would be notified about the upcoming meetings, but there's no place where you find one-on-one meetings. Thank you, Ashley. So if she goes to the attendee list, um, there you go. And then if she wants to connect with one person, Adrian, and then she hits connect, you can send a message about just, hey, I want to connect with you, etc. And then they will be notified that there's a connection request being sent. Then it's up to them to connect with you also by accepting it. And then, yeah, so it shows pending right now. And then if you go to another profile,
Oops. I'll try someone that would have times open. Let's see.
yeah. If you can also like, I think search for me maybe, or if you go to like the attendee list.
Do you have time set up, Adia? I'm realizing I don't think, oh, whoops. Sorry, I thought it'd be helpful to share my screen and show this, but I don't want to put anyone on the spot by not having their meeting time set up. So please know this is just for example only.
Yeah.
Hey, Ashley and Michelle, there's one question here asking what would our top 3 suggestions to set up meetings with buyers we're interested to meet if we're still in the midst of setting up Beacon at this point? Is it too late in setting this up? So just want to clarify on that answer. The event app and Beacon are 2 separate places that you need to take action. So if you're an exhibiting brand, you will do that Beacon work through your standards application. Your products will appear on Beacon. The event app is separate, and that is what is showing on the screen now. That is where you'll want to go in to set up those meetings with buyers. Also, Ashley, there was a question about an attendee. If somebody could give tips and tricks for attendees here, let me scroll up and see if I can find. First timer at Newtopia Now, planning for registering as an attendee but not exhibiting. Any suggestions for attendees preparing for the show?
Yeah, I think a couple notes for attendees. You do have access to join our community experiences. So that's a great way to network and enjoy. I would say definitely take advantage of the expo hall floor. Try and get in talking to as many booths as possible and just really trying to make those connections. We also have a lot of different stuff happening at our lounges and at our content stages. So hop into our event platform, check out our agenda, and just start bookmarking sessions or different activities that we have going on that seem applicable and something that you'd want to join. I would say the best way to have success at the show is just being interactive with our event platform and making sure that you're attending the different content sessions at our different stages and just all the different fun events. I would also like to say, you know, again, the neighborhood networking night open to everybody. So definitely start kicking off your show on Wednesday night with some success from joining us at the opening reception. Okay, we're trying to get Adia some sharing access. That way we can do a better job of going through the event platform for everyone. So Conscious Connections is what we're calling our meeting platform. And so you can access the Conscious Connections through the app, but really what that means is we have our Conscious Connections Lounge where that's where we have all the meetings set up. So as Adia is going to show us here, we'll be going through that. And that's where we have all the meetings set up to be in the Conscious Connections Lounge as an area that is reserved specifically for meetings. But like we've been saying, maybe you don't want to leave the booth or anything like that. You can change where you have your meetings, but just as a clarifying note, the Conscious Connections, that's meant for our one-on-one meetings at the Conscious Connections Lounge.
All right, thank you, Ashley. I see a couple of questions on what are the steps to book meetings. So this is your homepage that you'll see once you log in. You can go to the attendee list. I also saw a couple of questions. I don't see buyers on the platform. So you can go to the attendee list, search for buyers by their job title, if they have already selected what type they are. You can also search through product categories. There are various ways, and then primary business category, whatever you want to search by. And then if I go to their profile, I would see a connect request as Ashley showed us before, and then I will see a book a meeting slot. So depending on when I want to and when they are available, I pick a time. And then based on this is the Conscious Connections Lounge, and then you can select for you can select the table, and yeah, you can just share a description of why you want to connect, and then send them a meeting request. So that way they will be notified, and then you will also see those under my meetings. I'm not going to do it because right now I don't know, they will be freaked out if I go and connect. But then once you do that, you go to my event, and then you can see my meetings where they are. I haven't made any meetings yet, but Even here, you will be able to either make your time slot available or unavailable based on when you want to be at the booth and you want to give time in your booth. You can make times unavailable for yourself. The networking is based on who you have connected with. So these are my connections. It's easier for you to have this list just to see these are the people I really want to talk to. So it's worth connecting them, like clicking on that green connect button, just so that you know your list of people. So this is the whole process of doing it. We will be sending out an email blast about your mobile application soon. So please look out for that email, and you will have like a link to download the mobile app. So you don't have to be on the web. You can just do it on the palm of your hand. We're happy to answer more questions, but I'll stop sharing now. And then over to you, Ashley.
So helpful. Thank you, Adia. One thing I would like to say is our exhibitors have had access for about a month to build up their profiles, whereas everyone else got access yesterday afternoon. So I see a lot of questions of, it looks like there's only brands in here. That's because yesterday was when the rest of our attendees and buyers and everyone got their access to the platform. So my suggestion here, and Adia, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I like to tell people, give it maybe 3 to 5 days, to get in there, check their profile, get into the system. Who can remember a password these days? I sure can't. So I think it's important to note that with them just getting access, maybe beginning of next week would be a time to start sending those meeting requests, and you'll probably see a lot more activity happening due to that. Let me see, there was one more question I saw. Oh, about getting the leads list. Thank you so much. So if you're looking to be able to scan with people at your badges, that can be done through the ESK, our exhibitor services kit, through the GES page. And so you'll be able to access that. That is a booth add-on. I believe if you reach out to our client services email, which I'll put these in the chat in a second here, they can help with the different pricing or just give some feedback on what we hear is the most successful from brands that purchase into having the scanning and the leads for their booths.
And Ashley, I did see a lot of questions about meeting with buyers, and so I wanted to answer that. All of our hosted buyers will be taking meetings at the show. Those meeting requests will be coming in, and that's why it's so important, as Adia said, for you to be checking your exhibitor profile, making sure that you see those meeting requests, making sure that you accept them. That way, those meetings happen. But they all will be taking meetings at the show.
Awesome. Well, now that our chat is slowing down a little bit, I just want to give a moment for our team to say something that they're most excited about. So Gwen, I'm putting you in the hot seat first. What is something you're most looking forward to this year at Newtopia Now?
I think the buyer only hours on the show floor and the buyer only time in the market are really awesome. I attended our shows as a buyer for several years, and an opportunity like that to be an exhibitor and have that hour of time with just buyers on the show floor and that time in the market. That's exciting to me. I'm excited for that.
Awesome. Okay, Michelle, over to you. What are you most excited for this year?
I went to the Women in CPG lunch last year and I loved it, and I'm planning on going again. And I also did some of the community experiences, and I really like those as well. But I'm the most excited about our hosted buyer lounge being on the show floor. And I feel like everybody's gonna get a lot of use out of it.
Yeah. Okay, Adia, what about you? What are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the market, just to see all those products on the shelf, and also about the Conscious Connections Lounge. I'm just really excited to see all the people meeting and then making sure they get what they are here for. So yeah, I'm really excited for you all.
Awesome. Okay. And I'll say for myself, I'm most excited about everything, to be honest, but I think I'm also going to go with that buyer only hour. We definitely hear a lot from brands and retailers alike that they look forward to that. So I think this is really exciting, especially since the market is the first thing you'll walk through on the expo hall. So there's a lot of great things happening. Okay, perfect. So it isn't too late, Ethan, I believe, for anyone speaking. And since I see your note in here, I will definitely send that over to our content team. put a couple different emails in the chat as well. So we've got the audience success email for all of our Beacon and standards related questions. Client services can really help with everything. They're incredible. And then lastly, I put my email in there for our community experiences and anything with the market. I would just like to, again, thank you all for joining. I know that there's a lot happening and a lot that everyone's bandwidth has at the moment. So thank you for being here. I really hope we were able to answer questions and just bring a community event here before we kick off to the show. If you need anything else, please reach out to our team. We are so excited to have a great show coming up here in August. And we are looking forward to seeing you all in Denver. So thank you so much for joining today. And please reach out if you need anything else from our team, and we'll see you soon.